Alice in Wonderland. The music video of Vivid is the solo song of Heejin, the first member of Loona. Vivid is about the inmate of a French noble family dreams of deviation. While the owner is out, the main character Heejin enjoys simple deviations, such as taking out his owner's clothes, enjoying golf and dipping himself in the owner's bathtub as if she is the master. However, the appearance of Heejin wearing a maid's uniform and broom shown in the last scene suggests that all the deviations shown earlier were the imagination of Heejin. It was déjà vu and dream. In order to express this imagination more dramatically, Vivid MV produces a fantastic appearance of the deviation by Heejin. The work homage to this fantastic directing device is the fairy tale Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is a work by British writer Lewis Carroll. Alice, the main character in the work, finds a white rabbit one day. The rabbit takes out a congregation clock and heads somewhere, saying busy. Alice follows the rabbit into a strange world. In that world, Alice has a fantastic experience, and it is unclear whether this experience exists or whether the world exists. There is no way to know if it is just an imagination of a young girl. The landlord who ordered cleaning and left the house, Mistress Heejin. However, the main character cleans dryly and throws away the dust. The protagonist who encountered a rabbit that appeared out of nowhere. From this time on, the protagonist Heejin enjoys deviations to her heart's content. The main character who runs around like his own house, in a house without an owner. However, deviations can only be imagined, and the reality is bitter. Vivid MV vaguely expressed whether Heejin's departure was a dream or a reality through various fantastic devices along with the appearance of rabbits. In other words, it borrowed the theme consciousness of Alice in Wonderland. In the Vivid MV, furniture flowing down is one of the devices mobilized to create this fantastic atmosphere, homage to the work of Spanish surrealist painter Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali's representative work, Continuation of Memory. In the MV of Vivid, a flowing object that frequently appears in Salvador Dali's work appears, giving a surreal feeling. Magritte's surrealist painting also reappears in Heart Attack. The Little Prince. An airplane pilot crash-landed in the desert. He meets the Little Prince there. The Little Prince is the owner of Planet B-612. The Little Prince, who quarreled with roses and went on a quick trip, wandered from star to star and arrived on Earth. In the first question and answer of the Little Prince with pure childhood innocence, the pilot realizes again the many reasons he forgot as an adult. The Little Prince leaves the Earth with the help of a yellow snake to meet the precious roses again. However, in the eyes of the pilot, it only looks like the Little Prince collapsing slowly. The music video of Let Me In is a solo song of Hazel, the third member of Loona. Let Me In is set in Iceland's vast Mother Nature, tundra. There is a plane that crashed a long time ago in a place where no one lives. Hasul, a girl who arrives in a car that moves on its own without a driver, meets the boy Hasul here. The mysterious story of a boy and a girl who tame each other and become special beings to each other and resemble each other. At the slingshot shot by the girl, the boy slowly collapses, scattering white feathers. Since there was only one rose on Planet B-612, the Little Prince felt confused when he faced numerous roses on Earth. However, listening to the desert fox, the Little Prince realizes that he has only one special rose. You are the only one in the world to me, and I am the only one in the world to you. You should always be responsible for what you tamed. You're responsible for your rose. Taming someone may mean that something to cry about will happen. The lyrics and MV of Boys and Girls share the theme with the work The Little Prince by French writer Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. The characters in the work get to know each other, tame each other. The two selves become the only being heard by each other and resemble each other. The moon rises and I'm becoming you. Frog Prince. The solo song Kiss Later by Yeojin, the fourth member of Loona, is a song that contains the excitement of seeing the other person while firmly opposing the other person's early touch to confirm love. The cute voice and singing of Yeojin stand out, which is the youngest of Loona. The content of the music video is also cute. In the dream of the main character, Yeojin still has a vague fantasy about love. Several princes with the ideal first love images. After waking up from that dream, the prince who appeared to Yeojin among the various princes is Frog Prince. Unlike other princes who offer gifts nicely and ask for them, Prince Frog is impatient. Unlike the main character Yohin, who wants to get to know each other's feelings slowly, Frog Prince crosses the process and keeps sticking out his lips first. At once, anyone can see that the MV of Kiss later directed the motif of the work Prince of Frog by German fairy tale writer the Grimm brothers. In the fairy tale Frog Prince, the prince, who became a frog under magic, follows the princess persistently. This appearance of the Frog Prince is the same as the Prince Frog in the MV of Kiss later. With numerous secondary creations, the fairy tale Prince Frog has several adaptations. The Kiss Next MV borrowed a version in which the Prince of the Frog solved the magic with a kiss with the princess. This is why Prince Frog in the music video of Next Kiss is obsessed with kissing. In fairy tales, the Frog Prince's courtship is one-sided. The princess only runs away because of the frog's disgusting appearance. However, in the Kiss Later MV, the main characters Yojin and Prince Frog share feelings with each other. However, even if the main character keeps refusing, the appearance of Prince Frog unilaterally obsessing over kisses is the same as the original. Kiss Later is a music video that expresses the excitement, fear of first love, and physical contact that adolescents usually have under the motif of the fairy tale Frog Prince. Ugly Duckling. The theme of the solo song, Moo, of Girl of the Month's 9th member Eve is to realize self-identity. It contains the content that recognizing your true self and loving yourself is the right way to realize your identity, rather than following another person's image or loving that person. Followed by every year see videos. To highlight the theme consciousness of New, the MV directed the work The Ugly Duckling by Danish fairy tale writer Hans Christian Andersen. The duckling, the main character of The Ugly Duckling, is treated as an outsider in the duck society because of birth difference from others and different appearance. The duckling tries to act like another duck to be recognized as a member of the duck society, but eventually fails. In fact, it is because the duckling was a swan. Unlike ducks that cannot fly, swan can never melt into duck society because duck and swan are not the same species. The duckling, which survived and grew up in harsh trials, realized its identity and feels joy only after spreading its wings and flying into the sky. A duckling that tried to resemble a duck but could never resemble them. The speaker in New and the main character Eve's a New MV are inspired by this duckling. The duckling could feel true joy and happiness only after realizing his identity as a swan. Eve, which appears in the music video of New, also makes active efforts to find her identity. In particular, there are several devices that separate Odai, circle, and Eve. Eve takes off canvas shoes symbolizing of die, circle, and change them into black enamel shoes symbolizing Y by Y. This scene of changing shoes means a clear distinction between the LONA unit groups. She picks an owl doll symbolizing Kim Lip. The doll machines with red, blue, and purple lights symbolizing Odai, circle, at the card entrance. Obviously, an owl doll was pulled out, but it was an apple that came out of the blue at the exit. The Little Match Girl. Directing that crosses the ambiguous boundaries between fantasy and reality is a regular subject of the MV series. The music video of Heart Attack, the 10th member Chu, also features this directing. In a snowy cold winter, the main character Chu shakes in spine outside the window inside the house of Eve. Eve is a person whom the main character Chu admires and is also a person who has been cold-hearted about Chu's passionate courtship. However, when Chu takes a bite of the apple, something magical happens. Chu moved into the warm house and enjoying a fun Christmas party with Eve. Chu only looks at objects that she admires even in snowy and cold weather. However, when she bites an apple, something magical happens. Chu enjoys a dreamy Christmas party. However, this scene makes the viewer feel quite anxious rather than happiness. The MV alternately shows Chu enjoying and Christmas parties with Eve through cross-editing and Chu still looking into Eve. She and outside the window? It is hard to tell whether the happy time of Chu is fantasy or not. Sure enough, at the end of the song, on the snowy winter night Chu appeared to be dead on the street. Was all this just a delusion created by the protagonist's earnestness? It is the same composition as Hans Christian Andersen's work The Little Match Girl. On the evening of Christmas Eve, the match girl is cornered with her shoes lost. She couldn't enter the house because she couldn't sell any matches. The barefoot match girl saw children of her age having a happy evening with their parents in a warm house through the window. Then the match girl, who turns on the match light to melt her frozen hands and feet, had a miraculous experience. Every time she turned on a match light, a warm stove, a table with delicious food, and a large Christmas tree appeared. However, this miracle disappears as it is when the match light goes out. The reader can guess that this miracle is not a miracle that actually happened, but the imagination created by the desperation of the match girl. The next day on Christmas morning, a match girl is found dead on the street. However, the little match girl has an open ending. When the match girl turns on the fourth match, a dead grandmother who loved her appears. The match girl, who is worried that her grandmother will disappear when the match light goes out, lights all the remaining matches out of her desperate desire to stay with her for a long time. Then the grandmother goes up to heaven together, warmly hugging the little match girl. In the other's eyes, she is the girl who froze to death after suffering from pain and delusions due to the cold. But perhaps an old lady who actually devoted herself may have led the girl to heaven full of eternal happiness. Heart Attack MV also has an open ending with the same composition as the original fairy tale. At a Christmas party with Eve, she eats a symbol fruit strawberry, not the apple. Apple is a symbol fruit of Eve, which she has been obsessed with. This means a significant message. In the music video epilogue of Heart Attack, the symbol animal swan doll of Eve was placed side by the symbol animal penguin doll of Chu. It also suggests that the fantasy of Cho may be reality. Cho, who has been obsessed with apples, eventually eat a strawberry at the end. Swan and penguin dolls placed side by side on a window frame. It looks quite friendly. This marks the end of my video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for watching.
잠시만요. 자, 타임. 자, 다시 일단.